Are we?
We're at a train.
Where are we?
Train station.
A train station.
I need a drink.
Okay, so we're gonna go up by Grandma. He needs a drink.
Oh, that's the one I'm. That's the one. That's a nice train back here. That's a very nice train. But that's a very nice one.
What is that, Dave?
It's a train, but it's very old. So it doesn't have wheels anymore.
Well, this came from Ohio and Tennessee and Virginia, this thing.
That's the engine. Yeah. And see the wolves.
Yeah, they are. Very careful.
Good. Yeah, I think.
Oh, well,
What about the engines, Glenn? What kind of
David.
What kind of engines do they use?
come here. Tell Grandpapa about the Shea engine.
They
No.
go very slowly.
And why do they go very slow?
But they don't go like this.
How do they go?
They go like this.
Yeah. And why? They're made to do what? Climb.
Steep hill.
Yeah. And what did they used to put on those cars?
They put,
Were they lumber cars?
yeah.
Yeah, they used to do lumber work. Did you go on a Shea engine already?
No,
I think we did.
but we only go on another one.
Yeah. Sit right there. Okay.
What do you see, Dave?
Sit right there.
Hey, Dave, what's coming? Gonna wait for this conductor?
Hi, conductor.
Yeah, they're putting water in the train so we can go.
This is the Roaring Camp in Big Trees, Narrow Gauge Railroad, and I have a couple of items we like to call friendly reminders before we leave the depot. First of all, please remember, passengers must remain seated at all times while our train is in motion. That's for your safety, of course. Also, there is no smoking on board the train at any time. And please do not grab leaves or branches as we're rolling along the railroad track. Also a very important safety concern. Well, you folks picked a beautiful day for a train ride into the Santa Cruz Mountains. And right now, as soon as our engineer climbs back up into the cab, I'll give him the highball signal. There he goes now. We should be rolling in just a moment. Once again, welcome aboard.
Hey, Dave, are we moving?
Up to the hills.
considered extremely steep for a railroad. The only reason we can climb the mountain? Well, that's because Engine 2, the Tuolumne Heisler, is a mountain climbing steam engine especially designed for lumber or logging trade. She's a geared locomotive. That's called a spinner drive in the trade. Her gearing system and her line shaft or drive shaft directly underneath the center of the engine, much like in an automobile. Well, really, it's like driving your car in first gear all the time. Top speed on Engine 2, 20 miles an hour. But that would be on a flat, straight section of track. We'll certainly never see that kind of speed climbing this mountain grade. Engine 2 is the oldest operating Heisler steam locomotive in the world, outshopped in 1899 at the Stearns Manufacturing Company in Erie, Pennsylvania. That is a two-truck, 37-ton Heisler steam locomotive.
Smoke is making all the leaves come down.
Now that steam engine gets mighty thirsty climbing this steep mountain track. Engine 2 drinks 600 gallons of water for just one round trip to the top of Bear Mountain and back. To boil the water to make the steam, they burn oil, and it takes 60 gallons of oil for just one round trip to boil up 600 gallons of water. Definitely an arson fire. They did find physical evidence to indicate that, but they never caught anyone, and today, no matter how this fire got started, the results are the same. That's why we built the switchback. It just costs too much money to try and replace a trestle system like this. Right now, we're sitting in a tail track. This is just a pocket. It's a dead-end track, a space for our train to clear the switch. We've done that. In a moment, I'll wander back behind the train and realign that switch, and then Engine 2 will shove our train up the switchback. The switchback is really nothing more than a zigzag on the railroad tracks. There's a switch at each angle of the Z, and the center portion of the Z is called the ladder track. That's where we will gain our elevation backing up the mountainside. And I'll be the pilot, acting as the eyes for the engineer as we reverse the direction of our train. Sometimes we hold here for 3 or 4 minutes. Our fireman, sitting on the left-hand side of the steam engine cab, is checking the water level in his water glass. That indicates the water level in the boiler, and he needs to make sure that's in just the right place before we tip our engine in the opposite direction to back up that switchback track behind us. When the fireman's happy with the water level in the boiler, he'll nod to the engineer will toot the whistle, and then we'll be ready to back up the train. When you hear the whistles, hang on to your hats and enjoy the ride. I'll rejoin you when we get to the top of the switchback at a place called Hallelujah Junction.
Nothing. Say hi to Grandpa. Say hi.
Go inside, Dave.
Hi.
Go in.
You can hide it.
Is that a big tree?
Giant in a thin band called the Fog Belt. And that Fog Belt extends from the California-Oregon border right down to Big Sur. That's 70 miles south of us out here along the coast. Oh, I mentioned the Fog Belt. That's critical to this redwood tree. We're looking at a thirsty plant. And in the summertime, when it's hot out here, we can get some nice, wet marine fogs that roll in off the ocean. Well, this tree is designed to take advantage of the fog. It has a flat leaf, not a needle. And that flat leaf condenses the fog way up in the treetops that can make a nice light rain beneath these trees in the summertime. Now, this giant ring of trees, well, it's actually one living organism. That's right, not separate trees. The trees in this circle are the grandchildren. That is, the third generation of redwood trees right here in this spot. The trees themselves, well, we'll say 700 years old, give or take 100 years. But the root system they're growing from is over 3,000 years old. And the root you're standing on right now might live to be 9 or even 10,000 years old. That's considered to be one of the oldest living things in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please take a moment to get up close to a redwood.
Hey, Dave, is that a big, big, big tree?
Stay here. Where you going?
See, she did it right this time.